Hello, dreamers, and welcome to this week's episode of Cherish, Live, and Dream. I'm your fabulous host, YaYa.
And I am your host, Jay.
And we are your hope dealers. So let's get into this week's topic, people, which is living single. Is it a blessing or a curse? So if I had to weigh in, and I will weigh in, it is a blurse.
So that's a combo, huh?
For me, it has been a blessing and a curse. So it's a blurse. But we'll get into my blursemanship as if it's a
word.
Or like something that you join, like it's a, oh gosh, when you join something, what is it called? Membership.
Oh, okay, membership. All right.
Y'all, do y'all want a membership to the blursemanship? The blessing and the curse of being single? Send your funds to Cash App. Nah, just kidding.
$1 down and only $10 a month.
Cancel at any time.
Make sure you read the small writing at the bottom. And then the man starts talking real fast in the back.
Yes. Anyway. So listen, people. The reason why, well, there was a time where I felt like being single was a curse. Because I just felt like I was not meant to be on this earth alone. And when I say alone, I don't necessarily mean like family, friends, I have that, but I meant like companionship. Mm-hmm. Someone that I could, be very, how do you say, intimate with, if you will, in more ways than one. Intimacy is not necessarily physical, people. Get your minds out the gutter. But yeah, so I felt like I just needed that in my life. And so when I didn't have it, I just felt like it was just a curse, like it was just torture. And then I find myself in situationships that should have been skiptuationships. So, that's how it was for me. But now that I'm older and a little bit more wiser, mm-hmm. And for me, and this is my own opinion, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot of pee in the pool. And so to avoid that, I choose to be single. Because what has presented themselves to me here lately is not it, people. And it ain't nothing that the Lord had told me about. So, anyway, I have my peace. And sometimes when it comes to some of these particular folks that I have encountered, it's just not worth it. And so I'm just like, right now is more of a blessing because I don't have to deal with the lies that I didn't ask for, which is the volunteered lies. Mm-hmm. Just the folks that are not emotionally aware or available, rather. Because I'm needy, y'all.
Yes, she is. Believe me.
And I'm going to need you to be available to me in every way. And so when you're not, and then you come up with these excuses, I ain't got time. Nor do I want to go to jail again. Because you done took me there. But actually, I vowed to never go there again. So anyway, that's my story currently. And I do have more, but I'm not going to monopolize this whole time that we have with you. And so I'm going to pass the mic to Dr. J. What do you say, Dr. J? Single, blessing or curse?
I want to say being single is a blessing. Mm-hmm. Because you're not settling.
My God.
And so therefore, myself, I am single. And I have peace when I come home. I don't have to worry about where he is, what he's doing, um, if he's lying, if he's telling the truth. I don't know. It's just, past relationships and stuff that I've been in the past, even when it's just getting to know someone, um, the way it starts, you think everything is fine, but then in the end, you find out that how everything started was based on a lie, and that's not good. So, of course, I'm not trying to base everything on that because I know moving forward and in the future, it's not going to present itself that way. And so, therefore, I'll know, during that time. But I think what the curse is when you're in a relationship and then that relationship is not good. That relationship ends up being, I don't know, something you're stuck in, or you end up moving too fast, or you end up being with someone and you thought they was this way and they weren't that way. And so I think that's where the curse comes in at, is actually being with someone that you don't want to be with.
Or shouldn't be with.
Or shouldn't be with, yeah. More so, you shouldn't be with. They're not the person that you thought they were, or they just end up changing over time, which I know people change all the time. I mean, I've changed over the years, but yeah, I just think that being single is, for me right now, is definitely a blessing. Yeah, I think it's a blessing.
So as you were talking, I was thinking about the times where I felt it was a curse and when I felt it was a blessing. Now, when I felt it was a curse being single, it was because, you know how you see, and you really don't know what's going on in other people's relationship, but what you see, and some may be really authentic and some may not, but you just see, oh, that's this happy couple, they're doing this, they're taking trips. Here's Valentine's Day, all the holidays, people have their booze or whatever, and here I am once again, single, single, single. Life.
Single ladies, clap your hands. Yeah.
I don't know that song, but we don't own the rights.
You don't know that song?
Not that one.
That's by Cameo.
Oh, yes. That is part of that song. Oh, let me get my card. Don't take it. Anyway, so that's when I felt like it was a curse, because I was like, why am I not in a relationship? Like, is this lusciousness that's presented before you not with someone? So I would just be like, something is clearly wrong with them, not me. And so I was like, okay, this is a curse. But then when I would encounter people where I thought, okay, hey, he's the one, I would picture him being the one, clearly not being the one in real life, then I would be in a mess. So that was a curse. But now that I am finally okay with being single in my 40s, I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is right now. And, if it is God's plan, because, it ain't going to happen if God don't allow it, whether, it's your fault or not, or his will or not. If God allows it, he allows it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. So I'm at the point where I'm going to stop forcing these skiptuationships.
Well, you ain't been forcing nothing here lately.
Well, I'm saying like in the past I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it just leads to devastation.
Yeah, it does.
And, and just to be real, you don't want to just be, tying your soul with anybody. Because that's a real thing, in my opinion. And then, you're tying your soul with the wrong person, then you find yourself trying to get over this person that you weren't actually supposed to be with.
In the first place.
And so now you got all this heartache and pain, you're crying, you slide down the walls and the chairs, you're snotting, and you're wondering, why me, Lord? When he told you don't do it, but you didn't listen. Actually, I'm talking to myself, y'all, but I'm talking to you too. So it just depends on how you view being single. And really, I used to hate when people say, you're single, you need to take the time to get to know yourself.
You do.
And you need to take that time to heal, and you need to take that time to chill, and you need to have fun and date. I used to be like, you know what? Say that again, I'm going to punch you in your throat.
You need to be single.
I'm no longer violent. But when I came to myself and thought about those things, it really is true. Like, you need that time to just reflect on whatever happened in you're going to call it a relationship. People call it situationships. Jada Pinkett calls it an entanglement, whatever the word.
Hers was an entanglement. Ooh, yes, sir.
I made up skipulationships, meaning stuff you should have skipped and overlooked and kept on moving, but you didn't. So you really do need that time.
Skips be good, though.
You know what? Young buck.
Yes.
So I don't know, people. You guys weigh in. We need y'all to weigh in. Do you think being single is a blessing or a curse? And does it get easier? Like, does dating get easier as you get older?
No, it does not. No, it does not.
Well, weigh in, Jay.
So I'm trying to have an understanding. And I'm not blaming on either gender, because we all have issues, whether if they're women or men. We all have issues. So I'm not trying to say one gender is at fault versus to another. But it just amazes me on how we have people that are in our age bracket and they're still dealing with not being able to tap into their emotions, not being truthful, about things. Because the main thing that bothers me is I mind my own business. Mm-hmm. I don't go after anybody. If anybody ends up talking to me or getting to know me, it's because they have approached me. I'm not in, anybody's inbox, because, we have social media these days, and then, you have all these, dating apps and all this kind of stuff where you can meet people. And of course, I'm not saying anything is wrong with that either, but what I'm saying is that I'm not in anybody's inbox like, hey, you got a girlfriend, or none of that. So if you approach me, I need for you to be ready, because don't come for me and say, hey, I want to get to know you, this, that, and the third, and you're saying, oh, I'm dating, to marry, or I'm dating to be serious, and then the whole time you're still pretty much playing games. Mm-hmm. That does not sit well with me at all, because at the end of the day, we're all grown, and if you know that you're not ready to be in a serious relationship, if you know you're not ready for commitment, if you know that all you want to do is just, date and hang out every now and again, just say that. Don't present yourself with a lie, because eventually you can run your mouth and you can say a whole lot of things, but your actions are going to catch up with that. Mm-hmm. So either you're going to be honest from the beginning and let me make a decision if I want to deal with you, or just don't approach me at all.
Especially if, like, for myself, day one, like, after I say hi, I'm like, I'm dating to marry. So there's no surprise. You should not be shocked. And if you know that you're not dating to marry,
don't come for
then
me.
leave me alone, because I'm going to scratch your eyeballs out.
And she will.
Okay?
Yeah. She will.
If you know you're not going to date to marry, and you are, and you know that's my goal, and you're not dating, or that's not your goal, then keep on moving. Because at this point in my life, I don't have time
to waste. Okay? No time.
Because right now, as the young people say, I'm about my bag and my goals, my future, and my child.
Yep.
So if you are coming with the foolishness, you will get cut off
very
immediately.
Quickly.
Literally.
Yeah.
And figuratively.
Snip, snip.
Lord, I'm leaving all sorts of receipts.
Snip, snip. But that's the main that's the main thing that has bothered me over the years, is that they come at you and tell you what you want to hear, but then they're not, willing to stay in for the long haul. It's like a game for them, to see, if I can talk to her, or, this, that, and the third, and you still got all this going on over here because, like, I need for you to focus. Like,
Focus, man.
on me.
Jay-Z.
Like, on us. On the things that, we're trying to do in the next couple of years or whatever. Not, I don't know. It's just different. It's just like men don't really want to, like, court you, per se.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really pursue you and take you out. And then once they do all those things, it's like a lot of times once they get you, then they just cut everything off. No, the way you start, you need to keep that going with me.
And my dad says that all the time.
Yeah. Like, you need to keep it, spontaneous. You need to keep it, like, learn me. Like, learn those small things about me. I'm not one to where, you have to, spend a whole bunch of money on me and all that kind of stuff.
I am.
I'm not that,
sorry.
you need to learn how to cook. But I'm not, but
with my paparazzi jewelry,
but
$5.
But I'm not that one to where, like, now I'm not saying that I don't want you to do anything for me, but what I'm saying is that some women are high maintenance.
I need you to do a whole lot of.
Some women are very high maintenance, and they might require, all that kind of stuff. But you can learn, like, what my favorite soft drink is and a bag of chips and candy, and you can go out to the store, and if you come home and be like, oh, babe, I picked you up, this bag of chips is your favorite candy, like, that will melt my heart. Now, I'm not saying I don't want you to take me to the beach or, take me out, to Ruth Chris or something like that. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, it's also those small things that matters to me when you pay attention to what I like, when you pay attention to my favorite color. Like, little small things like that matter. But, like, I need your full attention. Like, I need your focus to be on me. And if your eyes are wandering and, you still got all this going on, and then don't come for me.
I know that's right.
Don't come for me. Because if I'm not enough, then don't come. If you're not
for
ready.
Her.
Yeah. If you're not ready, don't come. And I know I've been told that, I come off intimidating. But people have to understand, like, when you've been single for a long time, I don't try to come off intimidating. It's just that I've been holding it down for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know another way. I was raised by a single mother. It was 5 of us. She raised us. She worked all the time. I was raised as far as, like, when mom was at work, I had my older siblings, to take care of me, or either I'd be at the next door neighbor's house or up the street at my cousin's house. So I was just kind of always, although I'm the youngest and it was a total of 5 of us, but because of the age gap, I've always been independent.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I played by myself all the time as far as, like, within the household. Like, I did everything by myself. So growing up, I had to learn how to take care of myself, and my mom raised me to where she taught me things at an early age. And I've been out on my own since I was 18. So I don't have time for no dude to be coming at me, trying to tell me, oh, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Okay, you say that with your mouth, but at the same token, I just can't let you in that quick and just believe that you're going to do all these things. Like, I have to watch you. Mm-hmm. Like, I have to learn. And I don't have a problem with being submissive. I think that some men think that because you've been independent or whatever, you've been taking care of yourself, you'll never hear me say, I don't need a man. That's one thing you will not hear me say. I would never say I don't need a man. No, I need a man. But I need the right man. Mm-hmm. That's going to, come in and be a provider. That's going to come in and know how to lead. That's going to have a relationship with God. That is not going to have a problem with letting Jay be Jay. Now, mind you, I'm not going to disrespect him and belittle him at all, because I know that that's what some women can do that have been by themselves, and they can kind of make a man feel like they're not needed. That's not what I intend to do, and that's not what I try to come off and do. It's just that you have to understand the role that I've been in for so long. So it's going to take a little while for me to trust that you're just going to come in and just do that, because I have to like really see that for myself, and I have to be able to build that trust and to know, your personality. I have to know your character. I have to make sure you're not a hothead, meaning you're not one that'll go on a job and run your mouth and get mad, and then you go home, babe, I lost my job because, da 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 da. I'm like, man, it's the third job in like 5 months. Because you're going off, because you have an attitude that, he don't know how to keep, his temper or whatever. Or like, it's just a lot of things that I have to see. Or it's just a lot of times that I've been told that, you just come off intimidating, or you come off like you don't need anybody. No. First of all, if we're in a relationship and if we're dating, like, I need for you to pay attention to stuff. Like, I want somebody to help me take care of my car. I'm a terrible person at taking care of my car. I mean, I get the oil changes and all that kind of stuff, but, I mean, I had a flat tire the other day. And,
And the last time I had a flat tire, I cried like a big old baby.
I believe it.
Where the guy that came to help me from roadside assistance had to give me a hug and allow me to cry on his shoulder.
That's because you're so doggone dramatic. You're so extra.
But listen, so when you were talking about the little things like the candies and all that, I'm gonna need him to put that in a Birkin bag though when he brings it to me.
I need you to learn how to cook a pot roast.
But seriously, so Jay and I, we're opposites. So I've been single a long time as well, independent. But I think just my personality trait is just needy. And I necessarily don't think needy is a bad thing. When I say needy, I mean like I need you to be emotionally in tune with me. I need you, and vice versa. And like Jay, I don't have a problem with being submissive, but I need a good reason to be submissive, okay? So I'm not just going to be submissive to just any old body, you know what I'm saying? You have to present yourself worthy of me being submissive, but submissive doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to have a say. Like, I'm going to speak my mind.
Yes, sir.
And like Jay said, and I have before kind of talked down to a man, which was brought to my attention actually by my dad. Hush. So, I have worked on that, and hopefully, I'll be able to show that should I, find someone that I could, show that to. But anyway, so I don't want, when we say submissive, that you guys get it, twisted. We're not saying you can't have a voice or be you or
be a doormat.
Yeah, and lose yourself in a relationship. No, you guys come together as a team and, build as a team, but with the guy leading. And so that's the type of household I grew up in. I grew up in a 2-parent household, not perfect. But it was 2-parent, and that's, pretty much the example that I had. And so, so I'm not trying to wear the pants in a relationship, do want to be part of the decision making and things like that, but definitely don't want to be in a situation where I'm just completely not considered, you know. So, so being single right now for me is giving me an opportunity to just really think about what I'm willing to put up with. And that's pretty much nothing.
Now you have to compromise.
Well, when I say nothing, I mean, the games and all of that.
Yeah,
now,
it seems to be a lot of that too, though.
But we do realize there's some good men out there. I don't know where, but they're there.
Somewhere.
But they're not in North Carolina.
Clearly.
Yeah, they're somewhere over the rainbow. So, I don't know, just being single and aging, and then also, big thing, Jay and I both have kids.
Yep.
So you're not just going to come up in here and do anything. Like, you're going to have to love on our kids with the love of Jesus. You're not fitting to be no pedophile. Because you're going to die immediately by my hands or Jay's when it comes to our kids. I'm being violent today.
What is going on?
But yes, that's definitely important. Like,
yeah, it is.
If you, I just don't understand women or even men for that matter getting relationships and their mate don't treat their kids nice.
Right.
or, you know, with respect or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. Our Chasey Pooh, she did not turn off her phone. Oh my God. Anyway, back to speaking of Chase. So we need men in our lives that's going to treat Chase and Aiden with respect, that's going to do no harm.
That's right.
That's going to treat them as if they were their own. And we would definitely do the same if, and I know I'm speaking for Jay, but I know her, so she would definitely treat, you know, that person's kids with the same love and respect that she does Chase and myself with Aiden. So that's a big part. So until I get these things, booze, I'm gonna be single.
But we also have to flip it, and I'm gonna be a devil's advocate.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's like we're saying all the things that we want, but we also have to be prepared and be ready.
Exactly.
For when God sends us our mate.
I sure hope mine cooks.
I hope so too.
I hope they got a kitchen set when they were a boy.
Because we do. I mean, we have to be ready too.
Yes.
And so you know, I've been told about myself
yes
a couple of times.
Hallelujah.
On how I am when it comes to certain things. And so I think I have mastered those things, hopefully. And you won't know, you know, because it's like when you meet people, you can't treat them the same way that you treated Bob.
Because Bob and Sean are different people.
But you know, I just know that we have to be ready. We can't just say what we're ready for and what we want. We have to present ourselves and be the women that they are in need of too, which I know everybody is looking for something different. But, you know, for the most part, I mean, we have to have our things in order. And not everybody's going to have everything in order. Like, you know, there are going to be some weaknesses on one end to another, but that's where you blend in and where you're strong. And hopefully, you know, what you have going on, and when that mate comes, y'all can, you know, collab and put what you have together and make it work. Because I believe sometimes that's what we're here for. Like me and Ya, you know, and no, we're not in a relationship. We're friends. We're business partners. What I'm saying is that you have weaknesses where I'm strong and vice versa.
Right.
And so our friendship, we collab together and then we have this. So don't look for a perfect person. Don't think that this person is supposed to have everything all together. He's supposed to have this or she's supposed to have that. Sometimes it's not about the materialistic things. And a lot of times life happens. So a lot of people go through a lot of changes when they're single. I mean, it could be anything. Someone could have lost the house, you know. Yeah, I mean, me too. I mean, so your past doesn't identify who you are today. Your past are things that happened to you, and it made you who you are today. But those things doesn't mean that whatever has happened to you, like you have to make that like, oh, I have a record, so I'm a felon. Okay, that's what your records say. But what do you say about yourself? That doesn't mean that you just walk around because you have a past and you did something in the past. Like, that has nothing to do with where you are today. So let's hope that, you learn from those mistakes, just like past relationships. Hopefully you've learned some things from past relationships. If you keep hearing the same thing over and over again, Jay, and people keep telling you that you're this way, and you're like, and then when you really think about it, oh, maybe I am, that's something that I need to work on. Mm-hmm. So just use the time while you're single to work on some things that you know about yourself, and to not just look at what you want, but to also make sure that you present yourself to where somebody wants you and you have things to offer that they want as well. And I think that's about all I have for right now.
Well, baby, let me tell you what I have. I am not, at this current point in my life, in the business of, let's just see where things go. Boo. I'm gonna need you to know that you're ready to get married or to have a serious relationship. Because if you don't know that, then I ain't fitting to see nothing where nothing is going.
So what y'all gonna do? Y'all just gonna like date and get married next week?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well, you might need to go on that 90-day fiance show.
Come on, y'all, send my name in, y'all. Send my name in. No, what I'm saying is, seriously, no, for those who are like, oh, let's just chill, let's just see where things go. You're saying to me, you're not looking for long term. You just want to hang out. I'm not into the hanging out. So if that's what that person wants, then So I'm gonna cut that off at the
at the root.
Thank you. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. But if it was totally, completely, and utterly up to me, I would be, hi, how are you? When are we going to the courthouse? We'll learn each other later. Bring that Birkin bag.
Right, see.
But anyway, so listen, guys. I hope that this has, started some sort of, I don't know, thinking in your mind about how you view being single. It is not terrible.
It's not.
Although once I did think it was, but it's certainly not terrible. It can be and is a good thing. But I don't know. Do you think it's a blessing or a curse in your life? So please, y'all, weigh in, like, comment, share. Let us know what you're thinking. We are on every podcast platform. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're everywhere. So there's no excuse for you to not chime in and let us know your thoughts. So, having said that, we love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.